Hi there. Hello. It's lovely to be on this show with you. Thank you for showing up today. That's fantastic. And in the comments, I would just love for you to say hello, say hi, pop in a comment and tell me where you're listening from. Thank you for those of you who are showing up live. And I've got a question for you. Once the music stopped, I'll tell you the question. I'll just give you a few moments to type in where you're from. And Christine, if you could stop the music for me. I don't know if you can. Great, thank you very much. So what have we got there in the chat already? Have we got some ideas of where people are from the UK? Oh, someone from Bulgaria. That's lovely. Thank you. Nice to see you. Good, excellent. And what I wanted to know is if any of you know what this number is, 144. It's got something to do with phones. It's how many times a day the average person checks their phone. So that means that every 6 to 7 minutes, somebody is checking their phone. And that's so distracting, isn't it, in the workplace? So not only that, there's absolutely tons of messages, aren't there, that people are seeing, and you've got to really break through those messages to be able to communicate as a leader nowadays. And the thing is, even when we're in a meeting, we're kind of alone because people are looking at their texts or their messages. So in order to cut through, we may need to make even more of an effort to communicate. In fact, your living room might look like something like that in the evenings as well. Who knows? And the other thing is that we need to change because change won't wait for us. So we need to keep up or we're in danger of falling behind. So I myself have done over the last 6 months something like 200 hours of personal development to stay ahead or try and stay ahead of the curve. And that doesn't include podcasts. That's like coaching and training courses, not including podcasts and things like that. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I'm learning as I go along, but also the lessons from other leaders as well. So what is the show, you might be asking yourself? Well, I'm going to share with you some of the experience that I've had myself, but also that I can bring with you to the leaders that I've worked with. So I've worked with executive teams, taking them from new executive teams to high-performing teams. I've worked with executives individually, so really getting inside their mind and understanding their hopes and fears. So sharing some of the things that they're worried about or they're concerned about, it's not just them, it's universal. We're often worried or scared or challenged by the same thing. So I want to share some of the tips and techniques in the show with you and share those things I've learned from leaders. And I also work with people for presentation skills. So I've taken people at the basic end of presentation skills, how to overcome their fears and their worries, and even advanced presentation skills, working with senior people who are just about to do an industry conference and taking to that next level. And they receive the best feedback in the conference. So, all sorts of levels from basic to advanced, but we all confess that even the basics, some of us aren't doing, and there's always times we're not doing it, including me. So the very basics up to advanced, and then you can take the practical tips that will work for you. So it's going to give you a shortcut because it's a 30-minute session, and it's going to be able to make you more confident as you practice these techniques and allow you to be more impactful in your communications. So it's a free session, it's weekly, and it's streamed across LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to watch a rerun, you can do, but it's really important. Really what I wanted to share with you today is why I'd love it for you to join us live, why it is live. Why do I do a live show? It'd be much easier to do a video, trust me. So why do you think, in the chat there, could you just tell me why you think I'm doing a live show instead of the easy version of just doing a few videos that you can edit? So let's hear from you in the chat there as to why you think it's a live show. Yes, interaction. That's really important. Yeah. So one of the reasons I wanted to do a live show is so that you can ask questions live in the moment and we can answer them for you, either live in the show or afterwards, or you can influence the content for this show or the next show or future shows. So that's what I really wanted to get a little bit of interaction and give and take. And I wanted to get that live event energy and focus so that we can all be in the same space. Right now, we're all thinking about the same topic, so we can answer the questions in the moment and talk to each other after the show or in the threads after the show. But even if you are sharing this with your teams, maybe you can make it into like a team focus. That would be great, that you all work on the same topic at the same time. And what I want you to do is dedicate 30 minutes to your development. If you make it a live appointment, if you make it like a real training, you're more likely to commit to yourself to get it done and to build and build. If you do this every week for 12 weeks, you'll have a really good toolkit of tips and techniques, and you would have practiced each one in the week, and you can even come back and say how it went for you in the comments about how it went for you when you practiced the last stuff. Good. So, what's in the show? Pretty good question. Well, we're going to cover lots of different things, but we're going to be covering, here's an example of some of the episodes. How to grab attention instantly. That's the show on coming up, the first show. And we're going to put a link into that show into the comments now. And there's going to be one about clearing the clutter, making sure that your ideas come across with clarity. Helping people to take action from your information is important too. Handling tough questions, that's something that people ask all the time. I did a webinar recently for a group of people who were finding it really hard to answer the tough questions coming from the executive team. So in the webinar, we shared some of the tips and tricks to helping them to manage those difficult questions coming from the senior executives. So that's that episode there. Helping you to turn objections into opportunities again, and speaking without notes. So making sure that you're not reading from a script, because when you do that, you get all mumbled and you're not very engaging with people. So how to make sure you do that, but you can still stay on track as well. So what next? Well, I'd love for you to schedule every Friday, 11 o'clock, join us for the live session for the next 12 weeks. Please schedule that in. And when the episode is published certainly in LinkedIn, you can click in it and subscribe and add it to your calendar. So please do that. We will be launching a Dee Brief newsletter. And when the notification comes into your inbox from that, if you're on LinkedIn, then you can click into that, and if you subscribe to the newsletter, it'll keep you up to date with everything. It will only come to you once unless you subscribe, and then it will keep you up to date with everything, including summaries from the calls as well, and how to get to the recordings. So if you can't make it because you might have a meeting or something, you can't make it live one week, then you can always join us on the catch-up recordings. And you can watch those on Facebook and YouTube as well. And if you're really keen, then you can take a look at the high performance presentation book that I've written, and some of the tips and techniques I'll be sharing from there. But lots of them are new as well on top of that. So I would love for you to help spread the word. If you could share the recordings that you see coming up in your social media, spread them with your network, spread them with your team, get your teams onto this, then we can do it live together. Invite others to the next live. So that's going to be Friday. That'd be great if you can invite people there. And do send your questions and any thoughts and feedback. That would be fantastic. So thank you for joining us for this trailer. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. And if you have any further questions, just get in touch, put them in the comments, and we can get back to you. And we look forward to seeing you on Friday. Thank you very much for joining us.